Let me welcome you across the globe. This is Platform Media International, PMI. Today we're talking about immigration to Canada. A lot of you have sent messages and called our numbers trying to find out the legal puzzles in immigration to Canada. And as a result of that, PMI, as a corporate responsible citizen, decided to bring a legal expert to discuss the hurdles that you need to cross to immigrate to Canada. I have in the studio today my very good friend, Martins Ngalem. Is a barrister and solicitor of the Legal Society of British Columbia, based in Canada, and also a member of the Bar Association of the Cameroons, right?
That is correct, Joe.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
Nice to have you here. Now, Martins, as you are one of the foremost legal practitioners from Africa practicing in British Columbia, and it is right to bring you in so that our people will hear from the horse's mouth somebody who can relate to their situation in immigration to Canada. And it will be nice for our people to hear from you because you are an expert in this field. Among other things, you do handle legal matters, right?
That is correct.
Perhaps you also do marriage difficulties.
Right?
Do
you have issues in marriage?
Not yet.
Okay, not yet.
Okay. So, Martins, so let's take it from here. When people are coming to Canada, first of all, what are the chances, or let's take it from here, what are the trends in immigration to Canada right now?
Okay. Thank you, Joe. The first one to historical antecedents, it indicates that predominantly a plethora of people immigrate to Canada. They move to Vancouver, Toronto, and Montreal.
Yeah, the main cities.
Yeah, particularly like in BC, for example. If you you see like Richmond is 70% Chinese.
Yeah.
Surrey, where we are, is 70% Southeast Asian. And when you look at North Vancouver, it is well above 70% Asian.
Yeah.
So the immigration in Canada actually is about, you see that about 200 countries that from which people immigrate to Canada actually now, which reflects the trend of immigration in Canada now.
Okay. Yeah. So, well, what do you have the immigration categories, like people who are immigrating? What categories? I understand there are people who are skilled immigrants. There are people who are refugees. Are there other categories?
Yeah, actually, across the board, you could be assessed on government websites, which you could be for different, well over 60 different Canadian categories.
Yeah.
But primarily, we deal with like family class, the economic class. You sponsor your family member. You sponsor your parents, your spouse, and all of that. Those are particular very areas that we commonly deal with.
Okay.
And you have express entry as well as the skilled worker.
Now, most of our people from Africa want to go through either family class or skilled workers program, right?
Yeah.
And you see, those are the major areas that people from Africa and across the world. Now, specifically because we are talking mostly to African audience, let's address people who perhaps want to come from Africa, right?
Yeah, that is correct.
Yes.
And actually, as a Canadian citizen or a person who is here with a permanent resident, you can sponsor a family member to be a permanent resident here. And under that class, you have to qualify as a family class to sponsor.
Yes.
Because there is a fine distinction about being a family member and qualifying as a family class. Which is very important to know.
All right.
Yeah, because you could actually like sponsor your spouse, you sponsor your parents, your grandparents. But what is out of this category for now? It used to be like you can sponsor your fiancés, your boyfriend, your uncle, or an overage child.
Okay.
That for now is an impediment.
It's an impediment.
Yeah.
So there's an impediment. For instance, if I want to sponsor my cousin, it's an impediment. It's a difficult process.
It is. There is nothing impossible,
Okay.
but might be difficult. Yeah, because it depends what class. It is a skilled worker class.
Yeah.
Is it family class? And with a skilled worker class, you have to have some qualifications. You have to qualify. You have to write maybe, and you have because there are points. There are requirements, and if you are well advanced in studies like master's degree, you have more chances your points are higher.
Okay.
If you
in high school, it's very low.
It's a lot. It's a huge competition, a Herculean task for you in terms of coming as a skilled worker, because in the actual fact you don't have a skill.
You don't have skill.
Because such skills, if you assess such skills, it must be a skill that is scarce in Canada. That there is no Canadian who can do it, you know.
All right.
So if there's no Canadian who can do it, then they might need you. And if they need you, there's a possibility that you will actually be faster and shorter. Yeah.
So let's put it this way. So somebody who is a historian and an engineer coming to Canada, engineer will be snapped up immediately.
Oh, engineers have a huge, because now that they have a huge advantage. Okay. Engineers, because they are constructing this country, whether in the northern territories or where they need engineers, and they are exploiting the oil and all of those things.
Yes.
They really need engineers, not historians for now.
Okay.
And because they have a lot of historians in Canada.
In Canada, right?
Yeah, because what they need is people who don't have.
What about lawyers?
They need lawyers because, if you could specialize in a particular field.
Yeah.
For a lawyer, actually, if you're coming, you may gain points at level of your education. Yeah, it gives you points. You are English. You have to polish your English. You have more grades. You are IELTS. You have more grades. You're more English, more points. Your chances combined together with other factors, your chances are more clearer than anybody who does not have the points and the qualification and the education that you have.
Thank you, Mathis. That's very important. That education is very important. There's no alternative. If those who say education is not important should try ignorance.
Yeah.
So those who are highly qualified have very good chances.
Yeah, because actually to look at what happens in like the skilled worker, you see the provincial nominee programs, which go across the board in Canada.
Yeah.
And here in British Columbia, it is not a province that is in want of the population. Their target is not actually to enlarge the population, because they have enough people coming because of the weather here.
Yeah.
So it is the skills that fits the labor market that they want. If you qualify, you have the purpose
to come here.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you are talking about the skilled immigrants. What about people who are sponsoring families, like wives, husbands? What are the grounds for that? Is that typical?
For you, if you want to sponsor a husband or a family, you have to be married, validly married, and that marriage has actually to be a marriage recognized where you're coming from.
Yes.
And the Canadian government have to actually validate that marriage, and that marriage subsists. It should not be a sham marriage.
Okay.
For immigration purposes, you understand that?
And there'll be documents to authenticate that marriage
you
was
real. You must have a proper document, which is obviously everywhere else is authenticated by a proper marriage certificate.
Yes,
yeah.
Now, because since I introduced this topic on my channel, a lot of people have been calling in to say, what do we do? What do we do? So now the viewers can relate to what a brother and a lawyer who is practicing here who has had substantial experience in the legal profession saying this. And as a guest, they can relate to you because you are a brother and also can relate to their situation. Now, there's one other typical issue that people want to know about. What about visiting Canada?
If you come to Canada, visitors to Canada actually come as visitors. You are limited. You are coming to be here for a specific period of time.
And after that you go back.
And after that you must go back. Otherwise, there's a possibility you could apply to extend your stay.
Okay.
Those are the options, but you need an expert. You need a lawyer with expertise that will help you to navigate you,
and that's
to
where
give you
people
the
like you come in.
to give you the roadmap.
I can't do that. It's people like you can do that.
It is because it's good to have an expert, the person who knows what to do for you, rather than waste your money around and end up not having a headway.
And that's what I just
then
said.
you come back again, and start from
the basics.
From the basic.
Okay.
That is really not what we want our brothers and sisters to go through.
There could be some of them who come to the airport that they are stamped in for 6 months. 6 months goes like that in a very short while. But again, maybe after staying that 6 months, potentials of having an extension is there.
There are the avenues are there. There's a guideline, I think Guide 551, which actually enables you could apply to extend your stay.
Okay.
Yeah, that is possible. All those things, the mechanisms are in place. It's only to have expertise and go to the right person.
So in terms of consultation, people want to consult you. Do they have to pay immediately, or you first of all discuss and know what their situation is?
Actually, really, it is. I'm not for initial consultation. That is gratis, meaning that it's free.
All right. That's gratis. Is what language is that? Is that Latin? Latin word.
It is Latinism.
I know you lawyers can play with words. That's gratis, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's free.
Initial consultation is free.
Okay.
Yeah, but from there, it is proper that you present your facts, and then I will then advise you the best way forward, how you could go, because there are so many roads. As I indicate, there are about 60 categories through which you can come to Canada.
And most people don't know that.
Yeah, they don't know, but because you have to be advised properly, and you choose the right route. Otherwise, it doesn't matter.
You just said something that is very crucial. I guess viewers are listening to that. Facts. Because I know that some of us have failed in the immigration process because people lie and they are not able to defend their lies. So it is important that the person is consulting you must present the facts as the way it is for you to be able to help them or advise them, right?
Yeah, it's just if you go to a doctor and lie about your illness,
yeah, man,
you will not cure you for something else. Okay. You show it wrong teeth, they remove the right one, and then what you came
exactly.
So it is proper that you be honest and be frank, truthful, and then you can be helped. So because people at the end of the day spend thousands of dollars and things don't work because the facts were not clear. Then in the middle of the road, you realize that, what did I do? Just because they are hidden facts, concealed facts, which doesn't help you nor help the expert.
That's right, viewers. That's Martins Ngalim, legal practitioner of Law Society of British Columbia. You heard what he said. Facts can't hurt you. Truth can't hurt you.
It doesn't matter.
And that's the strong advice you are presenting to our viewers. Now, for some of you who have been asking questions, you want to immigrate to Canada. Immigration to Canada is not a crime. But when you go through the right channel, it gives you a leeway and perhaps an assured way to come to Canada. And you have to go through the experts. One of them is right on my screen right there, Martins Ngalim. I want to thank you for coming to the program.
Thank you.
It is my pleasure, and it will always be my pleasure to have you here.
Okay.
So that you can profess what our viewers can do to come to Canada. And that's the way it is. We have a brother who can relate to your situation. And if you want to reach him out, call PMR on our 1-800 number or our local number, 1604-781-4622. Catch us on Twitter, catch us on Facebook, and keep subscribing to the subscription tab on our channel. My name is Joe Ehizode, presenting Immigration to Canada, the Basics. Have a good night.